higher settings already. Let's try already just like 1080p high settings. 45 FPS. Battlefield 1 is fairly optimized, and this is already maxing out the system. I have a G on it. Weapon. But can you play Battlefield 1 on a combo like this? Absolutely. That's not maybe already moving out to me. Hour-long video. Alright, let's continue on. Now we got Counter-Strike Global Offensive now. This is running at what settings? Let me quickly check. Video settings, 1080p, high settings, everything. Completely maxed out. No graph like lifetime, but also I'm playing against bots is also just to get this somewhat going up faster, and also playing against bots is much more system heavy because you have the computer also has to do all the bot simulation. Because usually I would get like 100 plus over FPS in this scene, but I'm getting like 90 barely. Yeah, not the easiest thing to run, but hey, at least it runs well. 100 plus average most of the time. Like Battlefield 1, that was kind of an edge case. Like you could play it on medium and get like 60 plus FPS, and low settings you can already get like 70. Oh, got flashed. Oh no. Playing bomb. Okay, last guy anyway. Even though I'm playing like this competitive, honestly, with this setup, you can actually play some pretty lot of games. Just probably a GPU upgrade is calling out, even though probably not the cheapest thing in the world currently. But hey, prices are dropping. The crypto miners are losing interest, so... Actually, it's not losing interest. It's due to the fact that mining has become so much more difficult that not everyone's doing it anymore. Now, like, literally, the whole used market is just, like, mining right now.
What's happening? No one here.
Shoot. Alright, I died, whatever.
Three left.
Fairly smooth, this setup. I don't know why this thing was called the friggin' trash system. I did install the chipset drivers and the latest graphics drivers as well, which that person probably didn't do, which probably caused the whole system to But honestly, it runs everything pretty smooth. Even though my skill sucks. Still sucks, but whatever. It's smooth in general. 1080p high settings. If you'll crank it down probably to like low or something, it's gonna get more FPS, but at least now you know it's good. Alright, moving on to the next game. Alright, next up we got GTA 5. Let's start recording the benchmark and let's do a bit of a runaround. This game really like just fairly old at this point, so at 1080p high settings, I'm just gonna pause real quick and show the settings. Oh my god. Yeah, freaking USB issues are freaking somewhat of a problem on AMD for some odd reason. So what is happening? Graphics. I'm trying to scroll, but I can't. Just freaking glitches. Oh my god, graphics, stacked. So it like glitches as soon as it like lags, but okay. Everything high, maxed out, DirectX 10, not DirectX 11, I mean, I can't even read anymore. And benchmark. Let's do a bit of a drive around through the city. This is not very high FPS, like I've gotten more settings in my user 2070 and Haswell EPZ on, but hey, if you can find this combo for less than 200 bucks, which is what effectively this costed, that's not bad, but what are these glitches? Both the CPU and the graphics card are maxed out, and I'm pretty sure my hard drive is just like stalling at this point because, oh my god, look at these glitches. Oh my god, okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna just try and run the benchmark just for the hell of it. Let's go into graphics, run benchmark. Before running your benchmark, you must create a restore point. Alright, let's see how much we're gonna get in actually in the terms of the... Okay, we're gonna stop the benchmark again and gonna wait for the benchmark to actually load. Because I thought maybe I'll do a drive around town, but actually the GTA 5 benchmark itself is very demanding. So let's begin. 45, 50 FPS. Yeah, okay, it's still gonna glitch it out, but I'm pretty sure it'll average out 50, 60. It's like a 50 FPS freaking cap. I'm just gonna probably refresh the statistics every bit because as soon as the screen goes black, it goes up to like 200 plus FPS due to the fact that it doesn't have to render anything. Also, probably due to the fact that I'm recording, it's probably the reason why the frame rate is probably so low, because I'm using the AMD encoder on the graphics card to record this. So I'm not surprised that the system is probably like misbehaving that way. Because like recording gameplay, sure, but streaming on this thing, oh boy, you better need a freaking either NVIDIA graphics card with NVENC encode support, or a lot beefier CPU, because the Ryzen 3 1200 is already fairly old at this point, and it's like, what is it, like a $45, $50 CPU, Euro CPU? I don't know. I bought the CPU like a year or two ago for like 50 bucks used with the stock cooler as well, and the box. So I don't know. But hey, it's running smooth. Considering, I'm pretty sure if I wouldn't be recording, it would be even better. Like what, the jet seems fairly taxing as well. Fly around, see a lot of stuff. 39 FPS minimal, 52 average, and 78.9. But you can clearly see the CPU is a pretty big bottleneck because usually this terrain, not loading it, is actually an indication that the CPU isn't keeping up as well. Like it's like a quart of water or something. Anyway, it should be fine when you're not recording, because honestly I was playing this before and it was just fine. I'm actually kind of interested. I'm gonna actually try to kill that. Alright, GTA was sort of like a mixed bag due to the fact that the FPS kept stuttering and so on. So, I'm gonna say that that's playable, but you should rather not consider recording on it, on the system. Like, I do not recommend it. I'm recording internally using probably AMD VCE, and because the graphics card is already maxed out, and the CPU is maxed out, yeah, GTA 5 just doesn't want to play nicely with all that stress. So we're gonna actually be playing something else. So right now we're testing out Left 4 Dead 2. Let's see how this runs. Let's just play for you. Play home. Play survival, quick match. Nah, quick match. Play survival. Single player. Character. I'm gonna go with Nick. Start. Because the thing is that this system is actually fairly good at playing like modern games, but there's one game or few games I'm not gonna try, because I can say from the top of my head that Call of Duty Warzone is not gonna run at native resolution. Maybe 720p, 75% render resolution, 45 FPS maybe. But I seriously don't believe that you'll be playing any AAA games on this system anytime soon, due to the fact that the GPU is used up, the CPU is used up, and so on. So it's pretty much like not impossible. The system is just too weak.
Laser sights here.
I'll just grab like an AK or something. MP5, shotguns, snipers, no. Laser sight mod, oh, shoot. Hell yeah. Alright, let's go. Laser sight mod on an AK. This is gonna be freaking good. Okay, so let me restart the FPS counter. Melee weapon.
Why we got
guns? No, I'm not grabbing the M60 for a freaking AK. No freaking way. Didn't I have to freaking grab a Coke bottle or something from here? Hello?
Guns here.
Anything? Oh god, okay. Didn't expect that guy to be here. Oh man, I can't see anything. I'm covered in sludge. There it goes. I got a jockey on me, but hey, at least it's dropping the FPS kind of low. Come on, jockey, stop being useless. Yeah, I figured getting pounded by the jockey so yeah, this is this is causing a lot of havoc, so frame rate dropping. So with 115 average FPS and 56 minimum and a 1.213 as an high. Not bad. This system plays Left 4 Dead 2 pretty well. Alright, on to the next game. Alright, now we're on the second to last game, 7 Days to Die. We're on this game now. So, options, video, quality. We're running everything on the medium preset with motion blur off, default preset medium, 1080p, medium preset, because I find this the more playable one. Actually, let's just crank it all down to like quality like low. Let's apply the low preset. Low settings fairly well, but this game then looks like a complete hazard. Character, let me grab my gun out, because this is sort of like a creative world, but I still use this as a benchmark, because you can clearly see that the GPU is already used up before it's even done anything else. Down, you're dead. So look into the distance. 60 FPS at least, so actually let me just run the, oh my god, so much crap. So with 50 FPS minimum, 49 lockpicks. Because I was raiding this spot, I don't even know, there's some kind of park or whatever. Yeah, it's all creative. I actually just straight up just was using this to practice world, just to see how the game will run in general. And oh my god, you friggin'. Boom. And I don't have any bullets left. Freaking what is the button for inventory? This has changed so much. It's like hard to freaking understand this. Dude. But 35 FPS minimum, 73 average, and 94 minimum. And if we go into video and go up to medium preset in general. Let me restart the benchmark, and 40 FPS. Playable. It's fairly smooth and looks good. For like this kind of game, 40 FPS is kind of fine, but you can clearly see that we're GPU bound in this scenario, unlike GTA where the whole system was like a complete freeze. Because I was recording on it, and well, I'm recording now on it, and you can see we're pretty much almost like 3 out of 4 VRAM used up, because we have 4 gigs of VRAM, but we have 3.1 already used up. Alright. 29 FPS, 50 average, and like 70 something on the low preset, and like 40 average, 40 max, and whatever on the medium and the low on the lows. Alright. Last game. And the final game we're testing today is Rocket League, and I mean, this is already like already understandable that this game will run on literally on the most basic hardware. Literally, like this game just 1080p high settings. Like I'll just show the settings because I keep forgetting. All high quality, no VSync, uncapped frame rate, anti-aliasing is off, and this game just looks good and it runs well. And if you ever wanted to like see that this system cannot run it anymore, then I mean like use like this. I'm pretty sure after a little bit the game might not be playable on this, but considering my friends have like the VTX 960 and like 8 core Xeons, and they freaking still play this game at 100 FPS. Yeah, this game literally has like nothing to it. It's like the most easiest game to run. It's fine. At 1080p settings, 1080p high settings, this game runs well. Even with like some of me just driving around with the message out in free play, it's still guaranteed that there's going to be probably like a ton of mistakes and so on, but at least you'll be able to play it and so on and have a good time, because honestly I'm having a blast playing Rocket League. So having had the time to play, just the fact that I've been recently only just been doing work all the time. So that's the reason why I haven't been uploading for months, because well, I just can't have any more free time, because I have to keep on working most of the time. Keep on working, earning money, so I can keep out, and on my free days, so I can keep on pumping out videos and things like that. So yeah, 52 minimum, 78 average, and 104 in the maximum. Alright, this is it. This is the final game. Hope you all enjoyed. I know that this is probably not going to contain any editing. It's due to the fact that I don't really have time to edit. But actually, wait, do I have Cinebench? We could just maybe run... Yeah, let's run one synthetic benchmark to actually prove something. So, okay, let's just run the multi-core test. This is like the basic version of Cinebench R15. I have an advanced version where I have like a ton of scores right here. But as you can see, like right here, the previous points were 595, which It is almost the same thing as the 3770 i7 from back in the day. But this, yeah, this one's overclocked. I thought this was stock. But actually at 3.5 gigahertz stock, this CPU is still very good for esport titles and sort of like high-end games as well, but that depends if your graphics card can handle it. Because this RX 460 is struggling with 2021 and 2020 titles. That's just a fact. Sure, it can launch them, but at low settings or something like that, that's all the card is capable of. And I forgot to kill off Rocket League because I'm pretty sure that's why this test is taking a bit quite longer. It's probably not gonna be like the best score ever, but you can at least like get a reference. There's like the 595 points right there, so you can see what the system is capable of. My Haswell Xeon is a 6-core, 12-thread Xeon, 2.6 gigahertz all-core on the 6 cores and 12 threads, and 2.8 gigahertz on 4 cores, 8 threads, and 3.2 on 2 cores and 4 threads. But why would you run an X99 socketed Xeon if you haven't got, if you're just going to be trying to run only just the 2 cores or 4 threads? Then you might as well just save up and get an i3. Because right here you can see the 4th and 5th place are literally my workstation, which is kind of at my friend's place now. 771 and 767. 4 cores and 4 threads compared to 6 cores and 12 threads. This is still very impressive. But this is like 1st generation. If this was like 3rd gen or 5th gen Ryzen, then that would be disappointing. But the Ryzen 7 1700 and 1800X are supposed to like beat these CPUs with like with its hands tied behind its back because of the 8 cores and 16 threads. Plus, if you overclock it to 4 gigahertz, this thing will stay in the dust with only barely like 700 points, while that one will already have like close to like X5650 dual socket performance. And yeah, you can see due to the fact that I had Rocket League open, it did kill the score off quite a bit, but let's just run it again. Because this is how we can actually just see that the system is struggling with the CPU alone as well. Because 254, that's FX 4100 territory. I have an FX 4100 like down in storage. I don't have any RAM for it, but I could run some benchmarks with that because that's 4 cores and 4 threads as well. Or to be correct, 2 modules and 4 threads, because that thing is built on like the chiplet design similar to like Ryzen, just with much weaker cores. Because while the FX 4100 overclocked to 4 gigahertz can get like 350, yeah, the Ryzen 3 1200 with the same core count, with the same price effectively now, can make the same score, or can meet the same score effectively. But I'm pretty sure those scores so low because of the fact that it's just taking some time to render out the scene. And I'm also in recording internally. I don't have a capture card or a capture PC to record this, which already hurts quite a lot of performance. But you got to keep in mind, if you're not recording, this system, great value if you can get it for €200, maybe 250. Because the CPU effectively on the used market could go for like $50. The RX 460 4GB or 2GB could go for like 70, 80, maybe 60, 70, 80 euro maybe. The motherboard was new, that was like $60. The RAM was from my workstation, but still you can get like a 16 gig stick for like $50. Case, power supply, SSD, you can get all of that. But alright, you can see due to the fact that I'm recording, the score is pretty low, but you can see right here when I was not recording, 595 points, while my Haswell EP Xeon right here, 777. Alright, that's enough for today. Hope you all enjoyed, and see you all in the next one. Bye bye.